welcome to part 2 of this painting. In this video we're going to do the foreground, and I have a rough sketch. We have a log, we have a river, and the idea behind this drawing is that we're going to have a low stream, a rocky river base. I'm gonna go ahead and work with burnt umber, black, raw umber. Working with raw umber and some black, and a filbert brush. Very loosely I'm going to indicate some of these rocks. And impressionistically. Most of the top of this rock is going to be covered by snow, so we're going to see some dark, but not much. Maybe some of them. And with the same colors, we're going to go ahead and paint the log. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and drop an underpainting for the riverbank, and I'm going to use ultramarine blue and black, a mixture of ultramarine blue and black. The color something like this, like a navy bluish color. And I'm going to just go ahead and drop the underpainting for the water in between the rocks. So these rocks basically are sticking out of the water. We just see the top, and some of them will have some snow on it, some may not. Those that don't get snow, we're going to go ahead and highlight them a bit. So I'm using a filbert brush. And basically I'm gonna go ahead and paint between the rocks. Now you could drop your ultramarine blue and black, whatever, in the river and then go paint your rock if you don't want to paint between the rocks. That's easier. I don't really care, so I'm gonna go ahead and drop this color all over, just like that. It's simple painting, Even a naive artist can do this, it's like coloring the book, a children book. Just drop the ultramarine blue and black, in between your rocks. So I'm gonna complete this and I'll bring you back. Alright, so I went ahead and completed the process for the riverbank. Now to transition this to the background, we're going to make a lighter value of that color. So we're going to pick up that color. We're going to pick up some of that white. make a little bit lighter value, and we're going to come here and transition that color into the background. So as we move into the distance, it's going to look lighter. You get more atmospheric effect. And I'm just gonna go ahead and blend it into the distance. Okay, now we're gonna pick up some of that ultramarine blue, or dark ultramarine blue, the one that we mixed with black. I'm gonna add some white to it, get a lighter value, and I'm gonna go ahead and work on the river, second coat. Under the bridge, I'm going to keep dark as the shadow is casted on the water. And maybe around the river bank, you know, we apply some icy impression of snow and ice. So we're going to bring some white. We will see. This is something you have to build layers upon layers. So tiny bit more white, and maybe right in the middle get a bit lighter. But still, we don't want to go as light as the sky color. Right around here, right in the middle. Now at this stage, even though I'm not really done with the river, I'm gonna go ahead and apply some impression of snow on these rocks. I'm gonna get some blue first. Something like that. I'm gonna pick up some white. Apply some highlights, some impression of snow on these rocks. We have a low stream, so maybe in the beginning of spring these rocks will be covered by high tide. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up some raw sienna and some of that raw umber. Get a mix. Gotta get some highlight color for the ones that don't get snow. Apply some highlights to them. I'm going to continue with my filbert brush and ultramarine blue and white. We're going to go ahead and work on the river. And just go ahead and paint the impression of water here. Under the bridge, I'm working with a little bit darker color. And lighter value for this area. Continuing with the filbert brush and same colors. If there are cuts in the video, it's because if I want to show the whole process, it loses its entertainment value. It gets boring unless you're an avid fan, hardcore fan of painting and you want to watch the whole thing, every single brush stroke. Most people get bored, so I have no choice but to cut the videos short and just show the most important brush strokes and sample of every brush stroke and eliminate the what do you call it, the repetitive work. So I hope you guys understand. I like to show as much as possible. So I'm just going to go ahead, bring some lighter value over here and create some contrast between what we have under the bridge and here. So we're going to come over here and just bring some of that lighter blue here, maybe some white. Just bringing it into the river. And some of these areas as well. and time to time I'm going to switch back and forth between the blue and white. Create some impression of some, maybe a snow, some water lines, whatever it is. It's a shallow water, so some areas maybe, you know, smaller rocks, and let the viewers decide. I'm going to switch to my liner brush and then pick up some white. I'm going to get some water and make it a little runny. And we're going to go ahead and drop some indication of water lines here. And this will help me, you know, keep it straight. Like so. Continuing with the liner brush and impression some water lines. Just keep your lines straight. And I'm gonna continue this process, moving forward into the foreground. Some water lines, some impression of snow, some ice, not just the snow, you know, we have ice forming as well. And soften them a little bit. Move them into the river. Something like that. So that would be my river, minus ton of detailed work that I can go and do, but for the sake of demonstration, basically that's the technique that I use for this kind of setting, you know. Few more highlights to these rocks. Maybe here as well. And that would be for the river. Now we're going to pick up some ultramarine blue and white and work on this area, same as here. And we're going to drop some snow on the log as well. Now the lay of the land is this way, so it's sloping down. And we're going to be mindful of the lay of the land, so not so much details up there. And I'm gonna go ahead and bring in this ultramarine blue. Now under the log, I'm gonna go a bit darker, you know, maybe casting some shadow onto the snow. And bring lighter, maybe some white into the mix. So I'm working with ultramarine blue, white. And we're going to drop some snow on the log as well. And some shadow color for the snow, just like so. And some shadow color right underneath that log. And we're going to bring in some white. And it will blend. That blue is wet, it's not going to dry that fast. Now when this dries, I can bring in more white. So I'm working back and forth between the ultramarine blue and straight white, creating some shadow color over there. Maybe even get a bit darker with that blue right underneath the log. Just to create more drama. And I'm going to pick up my mop brush and just tap and blend the whole thing and create some shadow color underneath that rock, like so. Some detail for this tree. Maybe some shadow color for this side. A little interest in this area. Some details. And I'm going to pick up some white and just continue working in this area. Drop some impression maybe of ice, maybe some snow in the low water area. And the shadow of this part of the log. I'm gonna maybe cast a shadow of this tree over here if the light is hitting it this way. So essentially we have a shadow on the log. I'm going to continue that. And indicate that over these rocks as well. And we really don't see it in the water. Something like that. Alright, so overall I'm happy with the way the foreground looks. There is room for improvement, of course. Maybe some shadow, for example, here, shadow for the snow, shadow of the rock on the snow over here. Some, details like that. But overall, I'm happy with the way the painting looks. We have shadow for this rock, we have shadow for this rock. This is okay. I can go ahead and call the part 2 of this video complete. There is only the human element left. I'm gonna film that separately. I don't want to make this video too long, and I'm gonna post it either right with this video or maybe a little after. And that's about it. Maybe some finishing touches here, some impression of snow here and there. All right, that's the foreground. I'm happy with it, and I see you next with another video. Take care and happy painting. Bye bye.